They say that with age comes wisdom, but sometimes age comes alone. Hi everybody, this is Life with Leonard and welcome to another episode. And thank you first of all for all of you guys who've been joining me on this journey, all of you guys that are always watching, always subscribing. It is so good to have you along. And if this is your first time joining me, would you please consider to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, and leave your comments in the comments section below. It's easy to subscribe. You can just hit that subscriber button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Make sure that you hit the all notifications, and that way you will be notified whenever I upload new content. And just on that point, on this channel I really strive to motivate, to encourage and to inspire you to become a better version of yourself. So I would really love it if you guys would subscribe and really join me on this journey. And today's video is of course no different. I'm going to be sharing with you the 10 things that I learned since turning 40. Now age is such a funny thing. You know that I remember when I was still about 19 years old, I used to view people in their mid-20s, mid to late 20s as really old, because the people that I knew then were married, they had kids, etc. And I remember when I turned 25, I was at a conference the one day, and it was one of those conferences where when you talk, you stand up, you introduce yourself, and I can't remember what we spoke about, but you were supposed to tell everybody your age as well. And somebody stood up, a guy stood up, and he said he's 33 years old. And I thought, yo, this man is old. And there was a lady, I think she mentioned she was something like 36. I thought, wow, these are old people. I was 25, but I viewed them as really old. And I mean, obviously then people in their 40s, they were just old. I mean, I viewed them as people with long beard, grey hair, walking around with walking sticks. But here I am. I'm 44 years old. And really, to be honest with you guys, I don't really feel any different. I feel exactly the same as I felt when I was 32 or 39. But things change. And that's really what I want to share with you all today. Now, turning 40 is quite a milestone, and it's really, and think about it, and I'm talking from experience when I say this, it is really a privilege denied to so many people. And many of you guys know people who never even lived to see 40 years old. It is a time to start seriously reflecting on your life, reflecting on your own goals, your own dreams, and your own aspirations that you set out for yourself. And it's not like I'm feeling the age crawling onto me. Well, I must admit, keeping fit might require a little more effort, but I'm really happy where I am. I've learned to live for the moment. You know, there's an old saying that says life is not really about the amounts of breaths that you take, but about the moments that takes your breath away. I remember this one song of Meatloaf. It is off his Bat Out of Hell album, released in 1993. It was actually my matric year. Maybe that's why I remember it so well. It was the song title was Lost Boys and Golden Girls. And the one line in that song says that we will never be as young as we are right now. And that always made me realize how blessed I am, that I have a good life, I'm still in good health, I have a wonderful wife and 2 beautiful children. And there's not really much more that I desire apart from just to be happy. And that's really a good space to be in. But I also think, to be brutally honest with you guys, maybe there's 1 or 2 other things, maybe more, that I still would like to achieve and that I still desire. Maybe the one thing would be to travel a little bit more. Maybe I can come visit you guys all over, wherever you are. I have people watching from Algeria, USA, United Kingdom, from Japan, South Korea, and all over Africa as well, and Australia. And thank you so much to all of you guys for watching and embarking on this journey with me. So that's the one thing. And secondly, you know, I've got this wild idea, and it's not the first time I get these outrageous ideas. And people always laugh at me when I have them, but somehow, by the grace of God, they always come true. And you know, about a couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys, please help me to get to my first 1,000 subscribers. Now I have this idea that I want 1 million subscribers. And since I've asked you guys last time, I only got 20 more subscribers. Now, this coming from a guy who after 5 months only have 300 subscribers. But like I said, it won't be the first time that I'm dreaming big. And it won't be the last time that all the dreams come true. But you guys can help me in that regard. And I think another thing that I would like to do, maybe you guys can also embark on this journey with me, is I do half marathons. And I would like to run a half marathon in less than 100 minutes. So half marathon is 21.1 kilometers. That's about 13.11 miles for all of you guys. Now I know I don't want to contradict myself. I've mentioned this before to you guys that I believe in celebrating finish lines, not finish times, but you catch my drift. But yeah, so let's start with the episode on the 10 things that I learned since I turned 40. And I want you to pay particular attention to number 5. And number 10 is something that is very close to my heart. So don't go away, watch this video right to the end. Now the first thing that I've learned is that some people won't like me, but I'm okay with that. You know, that desire to be liked by everyone has faded in my 40s. Now, if someone don't like you, it's because your personalities or your values are fundamentally different. You probably have very little in common, and you are better off not wasting each other's time pretending to be friends. You know, the younger me would have done everything and spent so much time and energy to please everyone around you. But with age comes that freedom, that liberty. You know, 40 taught me to let go, to remove the shackles, to take the power back. And that is very liberating if you are able to do that. You know, it makes you feel more comfortable, more confident. I would always put it this way, is that don't tell me what they said about me. Tell me why were they so comfortable to say it around you. And the second sad reality is that wedding invitations have been replaced by funerals. And you know, that is such a reality that you have to come to terms with as you grow older. And I'm thinking, I mean, just the past couple of years, I've lost a lot of relatives. But I know I'm not the only one. Many of you guys have lost a lot of relatives as well. But I've also had a lot of friends that have lost parents and siblings and spouses. And you know, death has become really part of life and the reality thereof. Now, I did a video on why you shouldn't mourn death. And if you click on the pop-up banner, it will take you to that video. And I would advise you guys to watch it. But don't go there now. First, watch this video. You can always go back to that. I'll leave a link to that I'll leave a link in the description below. Bit of a tongue twister there. And yeah, so what this does to you, I mean, the fact that death becomes so part of life, is that it is really, first of all, very heartbreaking, and it's part of growing older, but it also makes you appreciate life more, time more, relationships more. And that is really what I want you to take out of this. And number 3 is an action plan for your aging parents. Now, if you are blessed to still have parents and you are in your 40s, then your parents would most probably be either retired or close to retiring age. And you know, this is what we call here in South Africa, there's a term that they use called black tax. Now, there are a few people who have an issue with black tax, but they are normally the privileged ones. The ones from a privileged background, they have an issue with it. But we who are not from a privileged background, it is really an honor and a blessing for us to really help and assist and be there for our parents, because we realize what they have done and sacrificed for us. And number 4 is a little bit more light-hearted, is that I am now an uncle to everybody. You know, there comes a time in your 40s when everybody, younger people who you almost thought is around about your age will start calling you uncle. And it's such a reality check, to be honest with you guys, because when I look in the mirror, I still see me. I don't really see an aging man, but the way other people perceive you. But what I normally do, I just take it in my stride and tell myself that he or she comes from a good house, a good home, good upbringing, and they were taught to treat older people with respect. But it takes time. It takes time to get used to. And number 5 is what I want you to pay particular attention to, is that, I've learned that you're too old to fall into the trap of emotional manipulation. How many times as an adult have you done something you didn't want to do strictly because you were made to feel guilty? You know that if you grow up in an emotionally manipulative environment, it is incredibly difficult for that habit to break. You have to free yourself from this unnecessary guilt, and only you can do it. You have the ability to cut yourself loose, to let go. There's something that I want to show you guys. I want you to have a look at this photo that I'm putting up here and think about that. Don't give the power in someone else's hand. Don't give your ability, your strength, your life, your emotional well-being dependent on how someone else perceives you and whatever he or she allows you to do. The power is in your hand. Don't allow anybody to manipulate you. Be true to yourself, be confident, be strong, and you would be able to let go and be free. Now, number 6 might sound silly to you, but it is, you don't have to finish a book that you don't like. Now, there's a very important life lesson in it. I used to force myself to finish books that I didn't like, but in my 40s, I've changed that. And by that I mean, there's an old saying that says, if you don't stand for anything, you will fall for everything. If you are in an environment, and this is the life lesson that I take out of that as well. If you are in an environment where you are not appreciated, not valued or respected, what are you doing there? Don't waste your time. Because if they don't value you, if they don't respect you, if they don't appreciate you, they don't deserve you. And number 7 is that I've learned that in your 40s, it is much easier to make your marriage a priority. Because your kids now are older, they don't really need babysitters, and they don't really need so much of your attention. There's a lot of things that they can do for themselves. In your 30s, when you are just married, the kids are still small, many of them are at primary school, and you guys know at primary school there's a lot of parental involvement required. You have to go drop them, pick them up, and do a lot of things and help them and assist them. But as they grow older, specifically in your 40s, things gets better. I remember that me and my wife always used to have date night. We decided that after my son was born, to have a date night every Thursday evening, and we've kept that throughout the years. But now in our 40s, we can have much more spontaneous date nights, more frequently, and we appreciate it so much more. So this is just to you guys out there that is just married, smaller kids, still juggling between all these things, culmination of many things. I just want to tell you guys, hang in there. It gets better. And when it gets better, it's like they say, when it rains, it pours. And number 8 is do what is best for your physical and mental health, even if it upsets others. You see, when you decide to make serious changes in order to improve your health, it is almost inevitable that you will ruffle some feathers. Some people who don't want to change don't want others to change either. But that's not your problem. That's their problem. In your 40s, you are allowed to be just a little more selfish without feeling guilty. There are some things that I don't like. There are some things that I don't do. There are some things that I don't eat. But it's got nothing to do with you. It's just me. And guys, before I get to the second last point, please remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, and leave your comments in the comment section below. I would really appreciate if you guys subscribe to my channel, like and share it. That is good for the YouTube algorithms. And that way we will grow and we will be able to reach more people who you and I know can benefit from the contents of these videos. Now, number 9 is maintaining a good credit will make this phase of your life so much easier. We were taught, and I also have a property channel. It is called Property with Leonard, and if you click on the pop-up banner, it will take you to that channel. Once again, don't go there now. First watch this video. And I even teach people there that specifically in the beginning of your life, when you in your 20s, getting married, buying a house and furniture and lots of other things, a car, etc., you need a good credit record. But it is equally important in your middle age, because this is a time where you might be required to co-sign for a child's student accommodation, or maybe a co-sign for a first car, or maybe you want to buy a new house, or finally splurge on that sports car that you've been eyeing for so long. I hope my wife's also going to watch this video. She always do, but let's just hope so. See, we're going to not fast forward when she gets to this point, because, and she caught my tip there. So maintaining a good credit record at this phase of your life will really make things much easier. And I mean, just talking about a sports car, I also have a car review channel. That's another passion of mine. If you click on the pop-up banner, it will take you to that channel. Once again, don't go there now. First watch this video. And last but not least is that I've learned that there is no place like home. Now, going out from time to time is still fun, but in your 40s, you really and truly start to enjoy your home more. I mean, these days I spend my weekends braaiing, working in my garden, baking and cooking. I really love doing that as well. Or just working through that honey-do list that my wife always put in my face. I mean, but I love doing it. I really, really enjoy it. And we live in such a lovely area. We've got a river just around the corner. We have the mountains on the one side and the sea on the other side. My children says, but Dad, you're getting old. And maybe I am, but I'm okay with that. I'm happy. Thank you so much, everybody, for once again joining me on today's episode. I'm really looking forward to all your comments, specifically to you guys who are about to turn 40. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you guys, what you feel and what you feel about this episode, and your comments, etc. And also those of you like me who are in your 40s, and also those of you guys who are much older, please share with us all the lessons that you've learned since you have turned 40. Please guys, remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.